Should we start with your guy, Freddie Freeman, World Series hero? And what is the future of Freddie? We all think he's going to end up back in Atlanta, right?
Correct. I think there's a very good chance that he ends up returning back to Atlanta. It's just taking a lot longer than both sides would prefer because they've been very clear about there being mutual interest, and there's a lot of it. And when there's mutual interest, there's often deals that are made. And in this case, I did not talk to a single person out in Carlsbad, California, who thought that Freeman would leave. Now there are good fits for Freeman. You can look at the Yankees. You can look at the Angels. I know the Angels were rumored even during the season as a potential suitor for Freeman. I'll give you an oddball one if you're very inclined for that, or if you're so inclined. The Los Angeles Dodgers. Um, so the Dodgers, like, this is more of a speculative fit rather than like definitive information, but I had a couple of people who are very wise tell me that Freeman could be a fit in LA if they move Max Muncy to second base. And that being said, I would call this deal more of a fantasy than reality. And it's more than likely not going to happen because the Dodgers, they have 5 very good free agents that they want to keep. They're not going to be able to keep them, and I can't see them not keeping their own guys and signing somebody else to a monster contract who's outside the organization.
Look, Freddie Freeman belongs in Atlanta. I maybe it's because I'm an old school baseball guy at this point, but dudes who play with one team for their entire career is cool. Winning the World Series is awesome. Being Freddie Freeman in that jersey and the love that he has down there is nothing that you want to break up. I think all of that is perfect. It is interesting that you mentioned the Yankees because they're mentioned in everything. Carlos Correa's at the top of the list. But if it's not Freeman, who do you think plays first base for the Yankees next year?
I'm going to go with Anthony Rizzo. There was a report, I want to say it was from NJ.com, that somebody in Rizzo's family said that he wants to return there. And I can't confirm that, but I think Rizzo's a perfect fit for the Yankees, and it won't be nearly as expensive as Freeman. I think that should be a pretty affordable contract. And would also, if you sign a guy like Rizzo as opposed to Freeman, you have the room to sign one of those top shortstops. So, like, what would you rather have, Carm? Would you rather have Freddie Freeman and like a lesser shortstop, or would you rather have Anthony Rizzo and Corey Seager?
I'm not sure, and maybe I'm an idiot here, maybe I'm biased, but I'm not sure that I wouldn't rather have Rizzo than Freeman, period. Tell me where at this stage in their career, projecting out, how is Freeman such a better bet than Rizzo? Can you answer that for me? Because I can't. To me, I think Rizzo's going to hit for more power in Yankee Stadium, and defensively, you can't have any problems with Anthony Rizzo. Like, what is the huge upgrade in Freeman that I'm missing here, or am I?
Yeah, I think I don't think you're wrong in valuing Rizzo, but I also think Freeman's just a very well-rounded player. And I'm not saying that Rizzo isn't, but he's an elite player. And there's a reason why teams, especially Atlanta, value him so much. He's got power. He can play defensively like really well. He can hit what did he average a couple years ago? It was an absurd number.
Well, let's look at the old Freddie Freeman trajectory here, as he's going to be in his 12th season coming up here, right?
Yeah,
So
which
it's he's a full. We're talking about a full vet here,
yeah,
Bert.
it does not feel like he's been in the league that long. I don't know if it's just me, but it feels like he should be in like year 6 or 7. But maybe that's just me.
So Freddie Freeman, for the record, was a rookie in 2010. His first full year really was, that year that was a September situation. Then he played, became a full-time player in 2011. Last year, Freddie Freeman, 695 plate appearances. It's the most in baseball. That's some significant durability. I mean, he does not miss time,
No.
which is another quality for him. But he hit 300 with an OBP of 393, slugged 503. So that gives you an OPS of 896, coming down from an incredible MVP year in 2020. But of course, that's 2020, which I think you can, that holds on another a whole different type of level. He was fourth in MVP voting in 2018, eighth in 19. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a better player than Anthony Rizzo, but we're talking about two guys that are getting towards the twilight. He's going to be 32 years old. You know, his home run numbers have remained very consistent. He made 31 last year after being 38 and 19. I mean,
Yeah.
these are, the most he's ever had was the 38. So he's still producing at an enormous clip. I get it.
Yeah.
But you still think you're paying for past performance at some point here.
No, exactly. It's not like you're going to end up getting the best version of Freddie Freeman. Like he's still going to be a very good player, but and this is something that ended up popping into my head. With Freeman, the minimum that he's probably going to get on an annual basis is probably about 26 million per year, which is in line with Paul Goldschmidt. Like that's the minimum. And you got to think he probably get a couple more million per year, if not a little bit more than that. And I don't know what Rizzo is going to get in free agency, but my gut feeling is that he's going to end up turning into a relative bargain. And if you're looking for more bang for your buck, I think Rizzo would end up being that guy, which I can totally see what you're talking about. But I think Freeman is the better player, but Rizzo is going to end up being like the better value, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Rizzo had 22 bombs last year. It's not 31, but it ain't that far away. He also, was playing on two different teams. So throw that into the mix.